This episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, I'm not going to lie, I am not fully with it right now. And why? It's because JS brought us mystery drinks. What are they, and how did I end up in this situation? You're about to find out. Strap in for an episode that is sure to have you rolling in the aisles with laughter. You're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
The Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that's about as impactful as taking an end table to the face. I'm your host, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the trucker, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
My dog there, Howard Blues. I've been trucking so many damn miles. This is up and down these highways, byways, freeways, and e-ways. It's one of them days, let me tell you what. We got ourselves some rain too, Howard Blues. Woo! My dog, it's going to be a good night. I got a little whiskey here. I got you here. We got some friends here. Yeah. Oh, I mentioned we got some friends here. That's right, Howard Blues. Man, this is just one of them there hip firing shows. We're going left, right, up, down. We're going across the country. We're bringing in the big guns. Sort of. We're bringing in the geeks. We're bringing in the man who can make the guns himself. They're all here. Let's get it on, Howard Blues.
Wow, that's like the first ever pep talk on this podcast.
We're gonna have a good show. Go, yeah, let's go. Get it done. Yeah. All right, yeah.
All right, well, let's introduce these people. I mean, again, if you have been a longtime listener or viewer of the show, you know these people.
Long-time listener, first-time viewer.
Yeah. So, to figure out what order to do this, I'm doing this in the order that people joined us tonight. So, making, again, another appearance on the show, the guy currently, I believe in, I forgot, he told me, either first or second place, but it is the Triple B brewmaster himself, the local geek. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad. It's been a week, but the end of the week's gotten better. So, and I mean, first or second place depends on how you look at it. First place for the official podcast, but Rude Boy Kyle, I'm pretty sure, does have me beat with the wrestling appearances. So it could go both ways depending upon how you count it.
Yeah, I like how you say the guy that like joins us, and it's like, well, he's there, and he's kind of here. I mean, whatever.
Kidder, let's not just start picking on how I do introductions, because I'm pretty sure last week you introduced our next guest with probably the worst guest introduction we have ever done on the show. But that's right, folks. If you watched last week, you know he's back again and will be joining us next week as well. Coming to us all the way from Arizona, it is Big D. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Well, thank you. It's always good to be here with the, I'm trying to come up with an odd pair of names. I got nothing that really. I got nothing that fits for both of you. But I mean the closest I can figure is the Steve Blackman and Dusty Rhodes of internet podcasting. Because Howard, you're just kind of at all of Kidder's antics and Kidder. I mean that hillbilly, whatever the frick voice that was.
Well, now, let me tell you something there, Big Daddy D. I got a great show lined up for you right here, Daddy O. So we're going to have ourselves one of them great shows. Yeah. So maybe even my son, Cody, is going to come down to the ring, and he's going to talk.
There we go. The Cody and Dusty Rhodes. There we go. I dig it.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Steve Blackman and Al Snow, because then we could have been head cheese and,
No, Al Snow never pulled any, unless when he had his tenure as the European champion, he never had the hick culture experience or the hillbilly culture experience that I can recall.
I wasn't really going for hillbilly. I was going more for just crazy.
Okay, fair enough.
I need a kendo stick.
All right, head cheese. There we go.
Yeah. And our last guest joining us this evening is none other than the Triple B Armorer, JS Gunslinger. Welcome back to the show.
Gentlemen, see, unlike Kidder the trucker, I've actually been in a semi today and a couple days before. So I'm tired as hell. I'm looking forward to a couple drinks, finishing my Taco Bell protein plate full of Diablo sauce, and tasting some wonderful drinks that somebody, me, has procured.
Well,
for the guests of this show.
Dango JS, I don't know what you're talking about. I already drove through Phoenix and Denver this week, so. Yesterday.
Big D, I do have to compliment on the haircut there. You got like the best Donald Trump / like middle-aged balding thing going on that I've seen in a long time.
Oh, you gave up.
The headset just pronounces it and just makes it look even better. That comb over is top notch.
I'm not combing anything over that. Plus, I got a bald spot. I got all this up here, full head of hair.
Got a bald spot for you right here.
Hitter's just like, for once, I'm not the target of the bald jokes.
He does have the epitome of the military and meteorologist haircut, because he's stuck between being enlisted and being on television. They're fighting to win on top of his head. What? I thought you like that's a compliment.
I'm going to crap in both of your shoes.
Well, good. Then I can give you a terrible beverage to take home with you.
I hope that Taco Bell gives you the poops.
Yeah, it's this combined with the wonderful substance we're going to be drinking, I will guarantee you is going to.
I already drank 2 fingers of whiskey to try and prep to get the taste out of my mouth.
You might want to drink a few more.
And yeah, we shouldn't delay the inevitable here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's favorite segment, What's on Tap? Mystery Edition. If you haven't picked up yet, JS is providing, I think, the drink that 4 of us are starting with this evening. He has cleverly wrapped these.
He's really confused.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking all you guys need now is a park bench.
I thought so. Here's how I delivered these, because first JS stopped by after a long day of hoeing and dropped the 3 of them off, because then I was the delivery person over to Howie Blues and to the local geek. So with the other 2 today, I made a stop to the radio station, and I had these in my center console, the cup holders. So I was driving around the Bismarck Mandan area with a couple of these, just sitting in my center console. Nothing suspicious.
So, Jess, I'm curious: are they all the same, or because I noticed you labeled each of them with a name, are they different?
No, they're all different in their wondrous glory.
Oh, they're even different.
You're different.
I could tell from the small gap here on the tape job that mine's got a little bit of purple on the can. So
he's getting the purple.
Yep. you got the purple one. I think Kidder's might be green. And
good choice in color.
Local Geek, yes. Yours is either
I see a little red or orange maybe poking through, but
oh, okay, you got that one.
So that's either Four Loko, or it better be an IPA that you just got, Kidder. that would make Big D happy.
I was thinking
just got a triple IPA.
Yeah. Well, even I can't do triple IPA. I tried it once, and too much.
Kidder kind of knows this. I have some issues with this off the bat. First,
Howard has issues.
Yes. One, and I mean, listen, it's not like I have the best handwriting in the world, but I'm not Howl Blues. So
that is an I use.
There is no gap. There is no gap in there. That's issue number 1.
I have the fine handwriting of a second grader. Okay.
Second of all,
Howard's now Thurston Howell the Blues. He's been on a 3-hour tour for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. There was some ranting about that earlier too. The second thing, or main issue that I have, JS, is I'm parent in charge this weekend. My wife works, which means I only get to drink one beverage tonight, and that means I have to drink whatever this is. So I'm hoping this is good. Otherwise, I'm set up for a pretty terrible weekend.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be a swell. I mean, swell.
Yes, you're definitely going to be tasting the color purple.
That's his favorite color today. Purple Howard. Purple Howard.
You know how being your parent in charge, I probably wouldn't advise drinking the entire thing, but we'll see.
I will say it smells like purple cough syrup.
Gosh. Well, this is a sour apple something. And I think that they just took some of the Granny Smith's.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Apples and then left them to ferment in a can.
I'm not even sure what the flavor I got is, but I don't think
you
it's
don't even know yourself. They came this way. Where did you buy these?
Should
I even try this? Because I'm gonna get roofied. You don't even know where they came from.
You know those guys that stand on the corner and ask for money? I gave him $50 and told him to get me 4 things out of the liquor store.
I'm just gonna say, purple grape cough syrup. Excellent descriptor of how this tastes, but
oh my god, that is horrible.
I will add, I did eat dinner, but one drink of that, and I already feel like I haven't eaten anything today. It feels like it just hit like an empty stomach.
Oh, well, let's.
I feel like I'm gonna go cross-eyed if I have more than just a sip.
Let's see if anybody can figure out what this wonderful beverage is. Local geek, what do you got?
Well, like I said, I was seeing a little orange or red poking here, but on the nose of it, I'm getting more of like a blue raspberry.
Okay.
The flavor of it, I have honestly no idea. I'm not picking up any particular flavor other than alcohol.
Just ethyl alcohol coming straight out of the can.
Kidder, what do you got?
I dropped my coin.
It's got to be a juice or a Four Loko sour apple, because it's like a Jolly Rancher, a green apple Jolly Rancher, and you put that in your mouth, and then you have some either moonshine or rubbing alcohol, and then you're just taking a sip of that with it. In fact, I think rubbing alcohol is probably a closer match to it, because I take a drink and you guys know I drink whiskey straight, so I'm used to enjoying the deliciousness of whiskey unaltered, and this crap takes my breath away. I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic.
Howie?
Listen, I mean, I could go a couple different ways on this. It could be Robitussin, it could be Vicks, it could be NyQuil.
Dimetap, it's grape.
I could also, all I know is it's purple. So, I mean, it could be Nightshade purple. It could be Styx purple. How about Wolfsbane purple?
There we go. I mean, I'm
Aldrich purple. I mean, all of these are acrylic paint, which I mean, listen, don't lick
scent.
Don't lick your paintbrush, but I have a feeling that's what these would taste like. So,
you're probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, I get drunk off the scent.
As far as I remember, Kidder's is green. Howie, yours is purple, and Local Geek, I don't remember if yours is the orange one or the red, white, and blue one. But
so it is a Four Loko.
I got the gold one. So I got the gold edition because I figured, I might as well be special. And I don't even know what flavor this is besides vodka.
It's supposed to be the Miller Lite of Four Locos.
It tastes kind of like.
Oh, he got a juice. So I was right for both of them.
Honestly, I thought yours was a Four Loko too. Look at that.
Yeah, I got the juice blackberry, 14% alcohol by volume.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Remember my story from back in Grand Forks when these first came out, and I got one because I was like, oh, it's watermelon, and it's 99 cents for 24-ish ounces in a can. Wow. Well, I mean, it was like a promo deal. You know, they first came out. And so I'm like, okay, I'll try this. And Nico, Rude Boy, and I mean, I don't remember, Howard, if you were along, because we were playing Modern Warfare 3 at the time. But we were gaming all day, and I didn't have anywhere to go. So I cracked that puppy open because it did say like 14% alcohol on the side. So I knew that it would get me messed up. And obviously we've shared the photo before. It was a juice and the Midco DVR remote, which is this big. I have propped next to the can, which, yeah, for Loco Sour Apple. Mm.
And I did have the blue raspberry.
Oh, okay.
The spot where the tape was peeled back just enough on the lip was like right here where the red is.
Oh yeah. I did a very very high quality tape job in about 15 seconds so I could leave the house.
I'm just going to say, JS, wait till you see the behind the curtain on this episode.
It was hilarious when you stopped in, because he brought in like his tool bag. He's like, I got something for you. And I'm like, what is this now? And he starts pulling these things out. I'm going, oh man, it's going to be a party for sure. Yeah. I've made it this far, and I'm feeling like I need to go take aspirin.
So there's no actual like description of flavor on the gold one. It just says contained alcohol 14%, or local premium malt beverage with artificial flavor and caramel color.
And sadness.
23.5 fluid ounces, because they couldn't get anybody to drink 24 full ounces. And there's 4 3/4 servings in one of these cans.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's almost the same as yours, except instead of caramel color, mine has certified color.
Ooh, you got red 40.
I have artificial flavors. Blue 1, yellow 5.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, flavor and certified colors is all I got on mine. So,
well, but at least the ID, Four Loko IDs, the people they sell it to, as in the stores. You sure you want to have one of these in your store? Yeah, people will buy it. Are you sure you want to bring down your clientele base like that?
I think
we managed to cover 3 states with just this one can. So I've got Drink 4 Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Memphis, Tennessee, and under special agreement, Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
I hate to say it, but because Howard the ref isn't down here, but he would probably tell you that more than likely this one came out of Wisconsin. So you don't get to count it as 3 states.
No wonder.
You have to count it as the one that it probably came out of.
But it says 3 on the can.
Listen,
they're probably drinking about 3 of these when they put that crap on the side of the can. They don't even know where they are. We're somewhere in this area. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of Four Loko juice.
The best guess I can come up with this is they're trying to make some kind of like a hard cider with it. It has an apple-ish vodka flavor.
What's interesting about the states on it is when Kidder had the first one of these, I came up with Illinois as the headquarters for the company that makes it.
Ooh, we got 4 states.
Illinois probably banned it. They made it illegal.
They just
Wisconsin.
I was gonna say they just ship it all to Indiana.
I will say it's probably the highest price beverage we've had on the show. I think each one of these cans was like $1.50.
Man, inflation is killing this business. 99 cents 12 years ago? Man, this is outrageous. How can we make a living off of this?
I was just gonna say, Kidder, we all know that I'm the slowest drinker in the West, and this is gonna take me a while. So allow me to put this in a. I don't think it's gonna fit in the koozie, but I'm trying.
That's why I left it in the paper, because I can't put it in a koozie.
You know, Big D, if you'd have told me where you were staying this week, I'd have gladly mailed one to you.
He would have paid for the overnighting of it. I can see the hotel desk attendant getting this box, probably partially soaked, because I'm sure it would explode in the air freight. But
I'm pretty sure that there are laws against sending flammable liquids through the the mail.
Kidder, I got it to work. It's in a koozie now.
Congratulations! You're never going to be able to use that koozie for anything else.
I don't care. It's free. We've been having a good laugh at all of us having this, but Big D, you weren't included on the mystery drink thing, which I'm glad. I bet you are just thrilled about. But what are you having? What's on tap for Big D in Arizona?
I'll probably save my life if I'm not included in that mystery realm of sadness.
Who are you kidding? After we're done tonight, you're going to go down to the store around the corner, try and not get shot, and hand over your $2 for one of these.
I can tell you that the one location on Post that, because I'm in a hotel on Post right now, does not have Four Loko, does not have juice, and I am not walking my ass all the way to Sierra Vista to pick one up because I might get shot. To answer your question, I picked up a West Mala Trappist Triple. Let's get it right here. It is 9.5%, 11.2 fluid ounces, and nothing really. Let's see here. Water, malted barley, sugar, hops, yeast. Contains barley. Yes, I know. You told me already. No real description beyond that. I decided to splurge a little bit because this week, the class that I'm taking
I
down
haven't had
here,
a drink in 2 minutes, and it's killing me.
the class
I'm wondering if he's allowed to have something that classy on this episode, because clearly,
this is my treat to myself, if you will, because the class I'm taking down here beat the crap out of all 12 of us that are in this class. Beat the crap out of our bodies this week. So this is me splurging, sort of, kind of, not really splurge, but allow me to be pretentious and do one of these things to mock all of you for your.
We can do it too.
Trappist beers are awesome. Every single one I've had.
Oh, heck yeah. It's good. I can't describe it beyond good. And
I don't know if I'm going to be able to drive tomorrow morning.
You know what, Kidder? I came down here hoping to paint while we talked, like I do, but I realized right now, if I'm going to do it, I better do it now, because I'm not going to be able to hold my brush straight.
I would stop now while you're ahead.
Yeah, can you even see the figurine?
I can. Luckily, I'm just applying a nice flesh wash to it.
Howard's going to end up with something glued to his fingers by the end of this one.
No, I do still have glue. My glue reserves are a little low.
Or maybe an end table glued to your face. Or was that a child that had the end table incident?
I'm glad you brought that up, because
I'm glad you brought that.
Well, no, because here's the thing. There was a reason for that opening line, and a reason why maybe my night was a bit stressful. Junior, when he gets upset, he becomes a little bit of a a drama queen. And he'll throw himself on the ground and then start to like tear up and do the "daddy me down" whenever he hears like anything bad. And so he got upset because he had built a fort behind our couch, and little Miss tried to get into the fort, and it made him upset. So he tried to throw himself to the ground, and he basically caught his teeth as he fell on an end table. And I know it's not going to show up real well, but you can kind of.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he started off crying, and then my daughter fell down, and so then she was crying, and I have basically been dealing with crying kids for the better part of like the last hour before I put them to bed. So, but yeah, he took an end table to the face, which is almost as good as when he headbutted our baby gate. I felt bad for him. I was teaching him how to do headers with like you throw the ball up and you hit it with your head, and he didn't want to come downstairs. Well, he came downstairs, but he didn't want to cross the baby gate that I had up so that little Miss couldn't get up the stairs. And so we were tossing a ball back and forth, and he decided, yeah, I'm going to try and do a header. And he throws the ball up, misses, and headbutts the baby gate, and gave himself quite the shiner.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Man.
So that was a couple weeks ago. He's healed over that. I did tell him, I'm like, with that eye thing, I'm like, dude, you could be a bad guy. You got the perfect like bad guy, eye scar thing going. And he's like, no, me good guy. So
I just want to share something that will work to help you out with your problem. Anybody else who may have problems?
Yes. Yes.
Just look, I just want to help everybody, okay? I'm here to help. Okay.
For anyone, whoa, Kidder just doubled. That was cool.
You doubled for me. I lost Big D and had 2 JSs.
Ah, my I had the dinosaur with me at Menards today, and yeah, we were over in the plumbing aisle. I needed some pipe so I could fix the sprinkler lines that I cut in half for the trencher. And okay, I missed the electrical line, and I didn't hit the gas line.
And you wanted me to come over and help you.
To be fair,
this is way funnier because I'm like an eighth into this thing.
To be fair, there were 3 sprinkler lines within like 2.5 feet of each other, and they were going parallel with the electrical line that I was trying to go parallel with. And then the gas line came in at a 45-degree angle about 8 feet down the line in this. And the only thing I had to find out this stuff was a little copper rod and me walking around the yard witching things. So I couldn't figure out why my witching rod was going all over the place in the middle of the yard. Yeah, I figured it out. So yeah, I had 3 sprinkler lines to fix now. And where I was going is when my daughter saw the 4-foot sections of PVC pipe, she proceeded to grab one of them and then started doing a ninja spin with it and then chased me down the aisle. That is the type of children that I have.
That is exactly what my son would do. And I would turn and run down the aisle because he is not careful.
My son's biggest thing is we go to Lowe's. He wants to look at all the washers and dryers and stoves and anything appliance.
Ooh.
He's got to open every single door. He's got to shut every single door. He's got to spin the drums by hand in every single one.
if you get him a pair of Velcro shoes and pull his pants like up to his belly button, he's like already middle-aged dad.
My kids are really well behaved in stores. I don't have any of those issues.
Mine are not. Mine are tiny assholes, especially when they're together. They feed off of each other, and one will be running up and down the aisles screaming like she's being abducted, and the other one will be chasing her down the aisles, attempting to help and calm the situation. However, it just looks like he's trying, like a large child is trying to abduct a small child, and then they start to play like tag through the shelving units, and it's a disaster.
I will say my son is generally well behaved, but if he got his hands on something that he could use as a sword, he is absolutely going to swing it.
One of them in a store is perfectly fine. They do quite well, aside from the swords, but the two of them together, it's a death sentence. The wife and I pretty much refuse to take the two of them to a store together, ever. Period.
All right. That completes what I can safely paint tonight.
We have faith in you, Howie. Slam that juice and start painting.
I just put a wash on a couple of figures, and luckily it's a wash. It can be messy, so we're good. But
oh man, God, this stuff is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would rather have purple than this crap. Oh, I'll trade you, Howie.
You're gonna have to come and get it because I don't think I can.
He can't come and get it.
Let me jump in the semi.
Give it to him.
Let me jump in the semi. I'll be right over.
let me fire up the trucking sim. I'll get it to you.
I'll make sure I hit the horn right when I'm in front of your driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you take two screaming children when you wake them up? Because
sure, absolutely. I got a 25 foot dump trailer behind it, so we'll put them in the back. They can have all the fun in the back of that dump trailer they want.
And I'm sure they'll have a blast. Anyway, we should get on topic because we have topics on this show. At least we usually do.
Did Big D run away, or did we scare him off with our Four Loko?
I'm guessing he's using the Big D Business Center.
Ah.
I wonder if he had to say goodnight to a child or something.
He's in Arizona without kids or adult supervision.
It looked like he was taking a phone call right before he turned his video off. So
he might be saying night to the kids. I don't know.
Just thinking about he's going to
Redacted. Redacted.
No, don't, no. No.
So JS missed that whole thing, and it's
we don't need to recap it.
It's never going to make the light of day, and I'm going to tell him later what it actually is. But he already knows where I'm going because he's been in situations like that too.
Yeah. Well, hey, what about this hailstorm we all had? Huh?
We didn't have anything. Zero. Nothing. I had 0.04 of an inch. It was barely enough out there to even wet the concrete. No hail, barely any rain. It was sunny for half the damn thing, but I got some sweet photos. Now, JS, on the other hand, he has another description for what happened on Tuesday.
I sent Kidder a eyewitness account from an in-the-field weather report.
It was awesome.
He'd have to figure out how to do. I don't know how to do any of that, but yeah, we had a torrential hailstorm, and so I thought it was interesting. It went from 40 degrees to 70 degrees to hail in about a week and a half. Welcome to North Dakota.
Mm-hmm. I threw some pictures of mine in the bottom of the run sheet, but it's kind of interesting because my brother lives just a little bit west of me, and he texted me. He goes, "Hey, did you get hail at your house?" I was like, "I don't think so." So I went and I opened the door to look outside and soon as I open the door, just this one asteroid of a hailstone comes down and hits my porch, followed by about 1,000 other ones 10 seconds later.
An asteroid. I love it. The west side of the river got a little bit larger hail, but more of it.
Turned my shed into Swiss cheese.
Holy crap. I'm just looking at your photos. Yeah, it got it good. The stuff you have there is about the size of what we had at Pet Place, but it didn't seem to do any damage.
Yeah, thankfully the shed's all we had. We didn't have like windows broken my car got a few dents, but.
By the way, Pet Place online right now. Visit them if you have in the Bismarck, Mandan surrounding area. You want grooming service, boarding service. They are online, petplacegroomer.com.
That was a very nice plug there, Kidder. I greatly appreciate that.
Support local.
This is why you're the one on the radio and not me. I just do the crappy TikTok videos.
Not logo.
And
it'll focus at some point.
How he's like throwing some Nokia vision at us here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share mine. The great thing is I eventually will be future Howard, and I will put up my photos because we got hit with hail, and my back patio, local geek, looks like the roof of your shed. It's got a lot of holes in it now. So
yeah, I threw some duct tape over it because I knew there was more rain coming for the time being, but I'm gonna have to do a little better repair job on it.
Yeah, luckily, the wife and I, because we had some holes knocked in it with one of the hailstorms we had last summer, and so we've been talking to a contractor about getting ours fixed, and he's actually going to put metal instead of the cheap corrugated plastic up there. So
nice. Yeah, this shed was less than what our deductible is on our insurance, so it's not even worth submitting that.
Yeah, that's why we had ended up talking, because we had a few holes from that one. So we talked to a contractor to go, well, what's it going to cost to replace? And it just overcame the deductible. And it's like, And that was even he threw in like, hey, I'm going to switch it out from plastic to nice metal and take care of this rotted wood problem you have in this one section. So we've been saving up to then cover the costs of just doing it. So
yeah.
Did you happen to see out in the Rockies of Montana this past week? Because we obviously had the crazy weather on Tuesday, but on Monday, that same storm system moved over the Rocky Mountains. I wish Big D was here to cream about it as well, but there happened to be a tornado in the Rockies. Did you guys see this? Hear about it? No?
I saw it.
You saw it? Yeah. So I put
you showed me the video. That was pretty interesting.
I put a link of a video of it in the rundown, but a tornado in the Rocky Mountains. And again, as JS and I discussed while holding and thinking about these, hating life, tornadoes, they can happen. Up there, down here, over there, pretty much anywhere on the planet, there could be a tornado. So don't think that you're going to move up into the Rocky Mountains and build this little log cabin and be safe, never see a tornado. Surprise! There's one, and it's knocking on your door, and it'll still take it down. Mm-hmm.
Really cool
video.
Touching on your tornado mythology that you were telling me about, how they the old wives' tale, urban myth, whatever you want to call it, that they never happen up in the mountains.
Yeah.
My dad has a similar one of where my parents' house is, right at the bottom of a hill. It's just kind of a large hill. And he always said that, well, if we get a tornado, as long as it comes from that direction, as it's coming down the hill, it'll lift and go over the house and then touch back down later down in the valley. And I'll give the old guy credit, because the one time it happened, it did exactly what he said it was going to. raised hell with the trees in the backyard, and tore a nice little swath through the back, but didn't touch the house.
See, there's weird things with tornadoes and doing strange things just like that. But to say that just because you live there, that it'll never happen. No. Because one unique case, and I don't remember the state. I don't remember how many years ago it is because it's been between 5 and 10 years now. But scientists have done case studies on it because of how strange this incident was. Okay. Very large tornado, destructive tornado on the ground going through an area, and it was a long track tornado, meaning it was on the ground for more than just a couple minutes. It was probably 45-minute tornado. Okay. So this thing is moving and it's huge, 1/4 mile to 1/2 mile wide. And you think about that when you're driving down the road. I've just driven a 1/4 mile. Man, that's a large tornado. Okay. So it's cruising through this area, coming up on a town and these homes, forested area. And the people who are obviously in the path are taking shelter in an interior room, which, by the way, when there's a tornado approaching, you're unable to get out of the way of the tornado. Go to the lowest level of the building, the most interior room possible, especially if there's a large, somewhat underground area, or if you are underground, concreted in area, that would be great. Then it would be a better area, right? And then you want to try and cover yourself if you can with, mattress or pillows or something. And aside from that, you want to ensure that you're in a smaller room. You safer, okay? So other than that, they're taking shelter in this house. And the tornado happens to come through the neighborhood. And then what scientists believe is that it took a slight turn and pivot, and slow turn forward and pivot backward, and then continue on. You look at the drone footage of the neighborhood and it's all toast. All the trees flattened, laying down, but this house is completely intact and the vehicle's still sitting out front. It's one of those miraculous things.
Looking at some info from there was a very large tornado. Actually, it looks like it was an F4 that came through the town of Mountain, North Dakota, in 1999. And I remember watching that tornado. There was 3 of them on the ground at the same time, and I drove up to the top of the hill. And Mountain is, well, in a straight line, probably 20 miles from where I grew up. I drove up to the top of the hill, and I remember watching 3 individual tornadoes moving across the plains there, and then all merging together into one gigantic thing.
Multi-vortex tornado.
That was the coolest thing I have ever seen, and kind of this, and kind of, I'm not going to say the scariest because but yeah, had it not been for the other experiences I had in life, that probably would have been one of them.
Yeah.
But and it was like 20 miles away, so we were a good distance away. But I just distinctly remember watching 3 separate tornadoes come together and all merge together into one.
It's a sight to see, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the I looked it up on, well, it's at USA.com. The natural disasters. It was 3.7 miles, magnitude 4, length. It says length 8 miles, width 500 yards, and $1 million in property damage. At the same time, same day, there was one that says 26.5 miles, magnitude F2, length 3 miles, and width 130 yards. And then the third one was same day, 33. It says distance 33 miles, F2, 3 miles, length, 150-yard width, and $250,000 in damages. Same thing with the second one was 15,000, but all three of those were on the same day. Those were the three I was watching.
So an interesting thing to ponder, because you listed off these tornadoes, 3 different ones, very large in nature and damaged some structures. And obviously you mentioned the ratings of, EF2 and whatnot. Now, the ratings are determined off of damage. Okay. So when you watch cheesy movies like Twister, or you hear people like, that's an EF3 right there, look at that thing.
Twister is a well-documented tornado movie, Kidder. That is absolutely 100% accurate. Cows fly.
Listen, you need to move on from that, okay?
This conversation is utterly ridiculous.
It's spotted with untruthful things.
Anyway,
where's the beef? So the thing to think about with tornadoes, because whether they're little tiny skinny tornadoes that you might see, or the huge 3-mile wide tornadoes churning up farmland, okay, they're all rated based on the damage they do. So when somebody yells and points, that's an EF5 tornado, that thing's huge, it's going to kill everybody. Okay, it might if it goes through a populated area, if it's, hits a bunch of homes, buildings and stuff, levels a city. Right, it's a lot of damage, very strong tornado. However, you think about this mile-wide tornado in North Dakota, out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a farmer's field, just sitting there, because sometimes they can be stationary, near stationary, and then dissipate. If it doesn't damage anything other than a little bit of the crop on the ground or some trees, that's very negligible. So that tornado could be rated an EF0, maybe an EF1. And of course, EF is an enhanced Fujita scale where you get the 0 through 10, but on Earth, it's 0 through 5. Yes, Howard did the perfect 10 right there.
Well,
thank you for.
It's more of a 9. I have a finger holding on.
Well, you can't do the perfect 10 right now because you're partially inebriated and huffing paint. So I say on Earth because they will only rate the tornadoes up to EF5. The atmospheric conditions, and I wish Big D were here for this as well, but on other planets such as Jupiter, there are stronger tornadoes, stronger atmospheric features that have higher wind gusts available inside the tornadoes, and they can go higher on that scale. But there's also no human structures on those planets, and so they couldn't be rated because they won't damage anything. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah. So this one covered 3 separate counties, and each one of those that I told you about was technically in a separate county, but that's right where they merge together is right where those 3 counties essentially come together. And he said it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. But this one, one of the farmers up there had a very, very large 4-wheel drive tractor, and it picked that tractor off the ground and chucked it.
It'll do some. That's a lot of damage.
Yes, that was
got to pull Phil Swift on that one.
There you go.
Have I ever talked to you about the tri-state tornado?
I don't think so.
No. So this was in March of 1925. It's called the tri-state tornado and is still the longest track record tornado on the books, including the deadliest tornado on the books. There were 3 states affected by this: Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, which again, Big D being affected by Indiana. 19 plus cities were affected. The tornado was on the ground for 219 miles. The average width of the tornado was 3/4 of a mile, with some accounts of the tornado being a mile wide. At the time, it was a record. This occurred over 3.5 hours. It touched down outside Ellington, Missouri at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, at 1:01 to be specific, and dissipated outside Petersburg, Indiana at 4:30 that same afternoon. So again, 219 miles. It traveled 62 miles per hour on average. And between Gorham and Murfreesboro, it increased speed to 73 miles per hour because they were able to calculate the time between the two cities when it was damaged. And so this was, at the time, the original Fujita scale, rated an F5. Winds were in excess of 300 miles per hour, including the lowest pressure measured on the barograph trace at the Old Ben coal mine in West Frankfort, Illinois, at 28.87 inches. That's very low for low pressure on land, because hurricanes can often have very low pressure as well. You talk about the millibars, and between millibars and inches of mercury, their ratings can equal up, but obviously different numbers because the scales are different. Anyway, this single tornado killed 695 people, most of them farmers in rural area. Aside from the community of Murfreesboro, where there were 234 people killed, which was a record at the time for a single community for a disaster. There are also over 2,000 people injured and 15,000 homes destroyed. So that tri-state tornado killed a lot of people. In fact, largest hail confirmed with it, 4.5 inches in size.
That's impressive.
Right. So something to look up if you want more info and are interested in that sort of thing. The tri-state tornado of 1925, still even almost 100 years to when it happened, still the deadliest tornado in U.S. history. And what made it so deadly, according to the survivors, is that it did not look like a tornado. Obviously, you know, the tornado looks like, you know, the chimney coming down from the cloud, moves, picks up, but this looked more like a rolling cloud on the ground because it was so wide at times, and people were just not that informed at the time. Big D's back. We're talking tri-state tornado.
Ah, yes. I think I saw that earlier today.
Oh, we just happen to be talking about tornadoes.
Mm-hmm. Were they toolies? No? Okay.
The Thule we talk about is completely different on this show.
Okay.
You guys playing Guitar Hero?
Dorothy Lynch.
Would you like a thinly sliced piece of ham, Howard?
No. I'd like the room to stop swaying back and forth. It's making painting kind of difficult.
You should have some more of that purple drink there, Howie.
I don't even know how much I have left of this thing, but
it's still heavy. So
I'm not gonna lie. My left hand is like now pressed very heavily against my desk to like anchor me to reality in the world.
I can see it in your eyes. He's got drunk Howie eyes. This is great.
You almost made him snort.
I know. He almost got his camera. It was great. Oh no. Oh no! I killed him.
Here it comes.
We're gonna have to call him Kenny because I killed him. Sorry. Now, Big D, we're talking tri-state tornado.
Cool.
1925, almost 100 years. Deadliest tornado in the U.S.
So
I was recapping my story of the there was one in Mountain, North Dakota in 1999 that I remember watching. There was 3 of them that came together and all formed and made one tornado, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
One from 2006 in El Reno, Oklahoma. That was anticyclonic tornado. I based my senior project on, and I use the term senior project loosely because it was a train wreck. I passed, but it was a train wreck.
Not to be a super downer about it all, but when you're talking like the tornadoes and how unpredictable they can be, in 2001 or 2010, there was one that hit up in northeastern Montana that was on the ground for 18 miles, and it managed to hit a farmstead that Ashley's family actually lives on. Her uncle was killed in this tornado. But, like the middle of nowhere tornado, and it manages to hit a farmstead. Like,
it's something to aim for,
right?
I'm not giggling at your story, Local Geek, but Howie's about dying right now.
A little bit of the juice down the wrong tube.
That's where it all went wrong.
And yet I don't know why I'm still painting. But you know,
yeah, I thought you gave up a while ago.
I should have.
He's just slowly painting his hand, and you know.
Well, okay, so you might actually catch me, but I do actually paint my hand a little bit to wipe off the excess paint.
The excuse he likes to use.
so truthfully, I'm painting this. It's a Reaper Miniatures figure called Anchor of the Damned, and I'm working on my usual rust pattern. And it's
for a second there, I thought you were painting a crucifix.
So, because it's a rust pattern, I can be sloppy, and so being highly intoxicated while doing this, I can't ruin anything. So.
How's that Trappist beer treating you, Big D?
It is delicious. Yeah, and I took a pause from it because when I turned my camera off and muted my microphone, Mrs. D called in, so took the call there. So I hadn't seen her for a couple of weeks because I've been down here. So yep, wanted to make sure we talk. So I was giving the Trappist a break, but don't worry, for round 2, I have something equally classy to what y'all have. Actually, maybe just a tiny bit classier. So more to follow on that. And yes, I'm using your beverages as a bar.
I don't think there's anything that's not more classy than the crap that we're drinking.
I will be close.
The only thing better than this would be Steel Reserve or
I did have some of that the other day.
Or Old Milwaukee 800.
Nope. I did have a Steel Reserve on Wednesday. That was kind of a recovery of sorts from the beat down I put on my body.
Did you lose a bet? Like why?
It was beer. It was cheap, and after traversing 11 miles on foot total throughout the day, needed some cheap carb replenishment. And I was not picky as to where those carbs came from.
I'll give it to you.
Between Wednesday and yesterday, I went almost 16 miles on foot. It's a class that I'm doing down here. Even though I'm not Army, we're learning some Army basics. And before class, one of my classmates and I went out for a run around the post. Just shy of 3 miles. On Wednesday, we were doing the initial part of our land navigation lessons. You got a map, you got a compass, you got a protractor, and you find out where you are, where you're going, blah, 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 the whole 9. So we do a couple of practice points, and that was about 2.5, 3 miles. And then we did the actual, they gave a full, like, hey, here are 7 points, here are the grid points, find them, tell us what marker they are, write it down. That was 11.5-ish miles, me and my partner. And that was involving some flat ground, but on more than probably like 5 or 6 different occasions. Pretty I mean, I wouldn't call them treacherous climbs, but they took some effort to climb. It was pretty steep grade on rocky ground. And then the actual evaluated portion was yesterday, and that was about 4 miles. And same classmate on Wednesday evening talking about Thursday morning. Hey, Big D, you want to go for a run on Thursday? Like, no, 11 miles. I'm not running the next morning, but then I did this morning. So blah blah blah. The other part, and this involves a particular amount of a little bit of pain that we all took, and because some of it happened to me, I know y'all enjoy it. Part of the class we did was, part of what we were going over today was high crawl, low crawl. Yeah, through the prickly, bushy grass and rocks on the Arizona earth. I can't even call it soil because I'm sure it ceased to be soil long ago. But while we're going, for those not familiar, imagine that I'm flat against the ground. I'm moving like this, and I'm kind of pulling like this on the ground, and maybe using one foot to kind of propel myself forward. Well, I'm going over this rocky ground with prickly grass, and I feel a pain from below my belt. And lo and behold, I'm like, I stopped dead in my tracks. Like, lo and behold, I look down, a single, and surprisingly, just one, because it hurt like a son of a single thorn or blade of grass or whatever it is went into my left nut.
Oh my!
Got a thorn in the dingleberries.
Yeah, that was not fun.
I don't know. That just sounds painful.
And yeah, I was very surprised as to how much it hurt, considering just how thin and pointy the little blade of grass or thorn or whatever it was. But yeah, and I had to stop, and I was like, I am fixing this, because I tried to just tough it out. There was no toughing it out. Nope.
I remember the thorns from hell we used to get at home. They were probably anywhere from 2 to 3 inches long on these bushes that would grow in our pasture. And when you'd ride the horse through the pasture, every now and then you'd catch one of these damn things right in the thigh or the calf. And I remember fondly pulling these 2-inch thorns out of my legs. It was not fun.
I'm just wondering what Local Geek's looking at in the darkness. Is he seeing things now, or has he got apparitions from Four Locos past coming back to get him? You okay over there?
I don't know about Four Locos past, but I will say my tongue is blue.
Yeah. That's because the Four Loco is jacking with your circulatory system, constricting the arteries that feed the blood to your tongue, and your tongue is going to fall out now.
As Howard's sitting over there shaking pain.
I'll blame JS for that.
I still have not figured out this flavor. Like, I don't know what this is.
Just keep drinking, you'll figure it out.
It tastes like terrible vodka is what it tastes like.
Aluminum.
Like.
You know, JS, I made you grapefruit shandy, and you brought me this.
I brought him the Gloria pickle beer, and this is what I get.
Which he actually liked.
Pickle beer.
He was talking about it when he dropped these things off.
I still have the label stuck to my brandy mug. So, yeah, and that grapefruit shandy was quite good. Their Local Geek. As you mentioned,
was delicious.
It was very unpredictable, but it was very good. The first bottle I got was straight grapefruit, and the second bottle I got was like half, and it was quite good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, when I poured those bottles, there was a couple that were like 50%. I was going for like a third. I did make Peter one when he was over here dropping this off. So
there you go.
I will be right back for round 2.
Off to the business center.
Great. Wait, we got to do a round 2.
Howie, there's secretly another purple underneath your desk.
He's gonna be asking questions like, "How did you get into my home?"
I have the skills.
my bigger worry is, we have a run sheet and there's only like 3 things left written on it, and they're all mine. And
what do you want to talk about, Howard? Let's go, get it on.
I'm just gonna say, I don't know how well or effective I will be.
He's starting to tab through things.
I'm only about halfway through this thing, so
I'm here.
I don't know where I am anymore.
I'm to the O in the gold.
I think I'm in the bottom third, gents. I'm getting there.
The gold and the sour, I think, are about in the same places. So I know I'm to the O.
The quicker I get done with this, the quicker I can wash it down with something better.
Is there a prize for whoever finishes this piss water first?
I give up.
You die?
So the prize could be an actually good tasting beverage.
Oh, I thought death was good.
I was looking good and rusty.
Oh, you're not talking about your drink.
No. The anchor. I just got to put the metal on it now. So hey, Lewis, I'm going to talk hobby because I can. The whole idea behind this is that you start with a very dark brown, and then you kind of stipple on a lighter brown, and then you sponge paint. And I won't tell you how many sponges I've lost on my desk doing this.
32.
You sponge paint on kind of a rusty red and orange and a yellow, and that gives you that. And then you finish up with a dry brush of a silver or your choice, and boom, rust. But hey, Big D, since you're back, I know you grabbed something for round 2, but I'm going to stop you because I need to talk about some of this stuff on the run sheet before I'm too drunk
Big
to
D's
do so.
not that drunk.
All of your talk about
that drunk. He's not that drunk.
all your talking about all of your training, it reminds me of course, my biggest obsession these days, which is the straight line mission. And gents, it's time for me to give you an update on it. We had week 3 or day 3 or 4, depending on which video you watched, of again, the Geo Wizard versus Archie Fieldhouse, who would be the first person to cross Wales in a perfectly straight line. And it was great. There were 2 finale videos. I will say I was a little bit frustrated because the Geo Wizard's video was like 51 minutes, but because it was so long and because he put day 3 and 4 together, like it took him longer to edit. And so instead of me getting this on like Monday or Tuesday, I had to wait until like Thursday to actually get the video, which was disappointing. But it did not disappoint. I'm not going to give any spoilers in case you want to watch these. JS, Local Geek, I don't know if you... I know Local Geek has heard me talk about these before, but JS, you probably haven't heard about these.
Guy walks across continent in a straight line and tries not to get shot while trespassing.
Yes, that is pretty much it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Kudos.
Good job, JS.
Good job.
By the way, I finished this thing. So where's my prize?
You beat me. I will gladly give you another one for your prize.
No. What kind of prize is that?
Now, kid, now that you're done with that, just remember, don't drink and stairs.
I'm gonna. Well, I have plenty of stairs. JS knows how many stairs I have.
Yes,
and I'm gonna shine this right in your face. How about that? Shine this right in your eyes.
Now, to be fair, with where Kidder is on his house, he's only got 2 sets of stairs to make it to his bed. I gotta somehow manage to transverse 3 stairs to get up to my bed, and
to the
I am losing sanity by the minute. It's
you don't have to. You got a teepee behind you. I mean, that thing will protect you from the elements. You might as well sleep in that.
You know, you guys can't see it, but my son has filled it with toys, so like I'd have to clear it out before I could actually use it.
Or how about you just pick it up, move it over, and sit it the hell down?
Oh, Big D, what you think my coordination is right now is laughable.
Push it out of the way. I have all of you beat because I am literally on my bed.
Well, I can sleep right here too, or in the recliners that are behind me. I mean, I don't have to get up. It is what it is.
Got my bed right back there, so that kind of counts.
Yeah.
Which side? Yeah. Which side is that, Big D? Which side? Left, right?
Over that's over my left shoulder.
Oh, it's not behind the door.
Oh no, that's the current iteration of Big D's Business Center.
Bam! Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, back on topic, because for some reason I feel the need to try and wrangle all the monkeys. Yes, I got to watch the end of both of those straight line mission videos. It was good. I'm not going to spoil what happens. I will say the one video was a bit anticlimactic. There was like no end, like there wasn't the end drama. Like you kind of got the idea of how it was going to end fairly quickly in the video. So it was just okay. The other one was a little bit more interesting in how it went and the challenges presented. Again, I will put the links in the show notes if you wish to check these out. I will say this: the Geo Wizard made a lot of hints that this was his last attempt of to cross Wales. He's done it basically every year for the last 4 years, and I think he's done. So I don't know when we'll get another straight line video, which is sad because I like these, and I don't know what I'm going to watch now. So there you go.
And that's going to be.
I think we should make. We should make a challenge version of this. He's got to cross the Louisiana Bayou in a straight line. So whoever survives wins.
He's gonna drown.
The Geo Wizard has got on the record to say that he will not do a straight line mission in North America, or especially the United States, because we have too many guns.
Yeah, guns. Yeah,
he's not wrong. He will get shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I totally get that. There has been at least one like straight line mission that went across country. It was by a YouTuber by the name of Arac. However, once you really dive into what he did, he wasn't real successful. Like he basically was making a YouTube video and just putting straight line mission to try and capitalize on like the million some views that Geo Wizard got on his first Wales run. So
thanks to Howard, I got like 8 continuous views when I streamed yesterday.
Sorry, Local Geek, you said something.
Of actual entertainment value, yes.
I asked, is the Geo Wizard actually from Wales, or
he's from England? So Wales is easy for him to get to. Wales was just the first country that he thought he could do it, and he made his first run, and he was just woefully unprepared. And he made, as I usually bring it up, it was kind of a stupid mistake on his part. On his last day, he thought that if my bag was lighter, I could make it further. And so before he left his camp in the morning, he burnt all of his food, except for like a bag of gummy bears. And so he literally like ran out of energy in the middle of the moorlands, and he had to quit because he couldn't even like. He was in the middle of like the wilderness. He didn't really have reception, and he got a little freaked out that nobody would find him. So that one went kind of bad. Yeah, no, he's from England. He hasn't made an attempt of England so far. He's done Wales. He's done Wales 4 times. He's done Scotland once, and he's done Norway once.
North to South Norway or East to West Norway?
He chose a really like narrow stretch of Norway to do, but it was like very remote. It was kind of like the first time that he said, "Hey, what if I didn't have to like trespass to do this?" And so he chose a very kind of remote stretch, and that run nearly killed him. He ended up going through a bog and hitting not quite quicksand, but very similar to quicksand. And thankfully, he watches a lot of like Bear Grylls survival videos, so he knew how to survive it. But yeah, he nearly died on the Norway trip because of stupidity. So,
is that a spoiler?
All of those countries, I think, are smaller than North Dakota.
Yes.
The direction he went, obviously Norway is much larger, but east to west wise, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, part of what he's choosing is he's choosing what he thinks he can do, because true. if you were to look at trying to go across like North Dakota, you'd have some major issues. And again, he's trespassing, he's going over for farmers' lands, things like that. It's incredibly draining because any obstacle you see, you got to go over. And Kidder's apparently got a question, and we're not in grade school, so
I don't have a question. I wanted you to finish your thought before I rudely interrupted that cyclists have been doing this for decades in North Dakota. The Kansas Tour or something like that of the sort. And I-94 or I-29 would be two of the best ways to traverse. Damn this Four Loko. to traverse. There he goes. He's drinking it. Good. Which, by the way, I have this to finish for my What's on Tap Part 2. So that's going to be a good one. What?
Oh,
why did you get a strawberita? Where did you pull that out of?
You went from a Trappist clearly to that.
What is wrong with you?
You found something worse than Four Loko.
Just opening it.
Dear God.
He hasn't opened. Oh, now he opened it. Good effing job. Good job. You had to go there.
You could have turned back, but
my Lord. He had the opportunity to take a left turn and drink water out of the Big D Business Center, even if it was coming out of the toilet. But no, he went with the can, apparently, that he purchased. He legitimately paid money for this thing. He forked over his hard-earned, actually my hard-earned money, because he's getting paid by my tax dollars. So he's literally getting paid to drink that pile of crap. So in honor, or maybe in balance of that atrocity, this is practically a war crime. I mean,
talk to me about war crime.
He's in the military. This is a war crime. He's committing atrocities in Arizona right now. How could this happen on our own soil? Oh my gosh. Okay.
How dare you waste my money on that crap?
Yeah. Damn you and my money.
Hey. Sorry, Big D. I have to cut you off to say cheers to the best trolling you have ever done. No wonder you are the trolling minister of the Triple B. You set off like everybody with just showing the
And may the record reflect, Future Howard, that I gave you all fair warning that this was not going to be classy at all in the slightest. So
I'm gonna class you all right in the face.
I mean, toilet water is classy compared to this Four Loko stuff.
Are you not done with that? Steel Reserve.
You did one better.
So for the audio listeners,
we're sorry. For
local geek who's going to have to remember this. Or at least want to make sure that he gets it into the spreadsheet. Big D, what are you drinking next?
Round one was sort of classy. Round two was it is not classy at all. This is because it was there. Why did you climb a mountain? Because it's there. Why did I get this? Because it was there and I was lazy. I didn't want to
have
think
enough money to pay for something good. I'm sorry, my tax dollars can't fund your salary. Even
I got the Strawberry Sparkling Margarita malt beverage with natural flavors, artificial colors, turpentine, and sadness.
Turpentine. Woo! It's gonna be a good night. He's got some ether. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Oh, he almost spit it out. He almost spit it out. I almost got him. Yes. Yes. Best episode ever.
Yeah, it's really good that I don't have a source of open flame in my room because
So is that one like 27%? Because I don't know if I can get higher than this stuff.
It's only 8.
I'm doing my best, Future Howard. I'm doing my best.
It's only 8%.
8.
Howard, I gotta ask you about that koozie too. Is that the one from the Idaho beers?
Were the Idaho beers the walrus? Walrus.
Howard's going to be smelling color in about 10 minutes.
I was not going to remember making this recording because the teacher I was going to remind him.
This is new.
I just, the only like comfort I have in all of this is that as Future Howard, eventually I have editorial control. So
they'll be there.
So we're not posting an episode in 2 weeks or what?
I'm just saying, if you haven't seen a lot of Howard this episode, maybe there's a reason.
I think we need to do a full unedited version of the Four Loko debacle.
See, here's the interesting thing, gentlemen, because I'm recording this in the multi-view, and obviously I have some access to certain pages, and so I could just put this out as a raw video, and then Howard would be like, because of the Four Loko. And I'd be like, what did you say?
You think 2 weeks is enough recovery time for that?
The jokey thing, or not jokey, the truthful thing about it, though, is, let's face it, how many times have I made fun of myself on this show? Damn it, I'm the guy who wore a poncho and infant swim goggles to open a beer on this show.
That was amazing, by the way.
I mean,
that was necessary.
I have gone to such lengths to embarrass myself. When I joke about Future Howard and editorial control, I leave it all in. I don't ever really cut anything out unless we go long on time.
You've cut a lot of my cursing out.
Well, okay, that's true, but that's because the algorithm hates us every time that we cuss. That's the truth.
The algorithm just hates us because we're funny, and actual humor on YouTube is like a plague.
I did try and get us another viewer yesterday. When I had to go in and buy mine because I forgot to buy myself.
Yeah, right. You forgot.
Fine beverages. When I got the others, I had to go in and purchase one.
Look at Local Geek. He just he just Four Loco'd all over it.
Oh, that's gonna burn.
This is the worst episode we've had because for the audio listeners, they're just hearing us laugh. It's like
he had to mute himself because he's literally dying on camera.
The poor audio listeners are going to miss out about an hour of this show because we're just laughing and hilariously killing ourselves slowly.
It went up my nose. It hurt.
Oh, that. Wow.
Here's the good thing, though, Local Geek, because if you ever had any allergies, it has now been cured because that will blow those out. It'll burn everything out. You're done. You're good for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I hope so, because then it was worth it.
I'm really hoping that it burns this cold that I got going on right now, because I'm kind of tired of being stuffed up.
How about round 2?
So what I was trying to get out is I think I got us another viewer. I told the gas station attendant about our wonderful exploits on the brilliancy of the Triple B, and she genuinely seemed interested in checking out an episode.
Howard, fact check. Do we have another subscriber?
I don't know.
Lame.
But here's a better one. I can top JS's story. In recently, and Kidder can eventually let me know if I'm not allowed to tell this or not. Kidder actually applied to possibly work at the North Dakota Historical Society with me, and what would be his boss if he were to have taken that job, came to me and he's like, was asking me a few questions, but then he goes, "So you do a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, because Kidder mentioned it in the interview, and I've never heard you talk about this." So
yeah, I exposed your ass. That's great. That's great. Carry on.
I will say the same person called me. Uh-oh. Now it's getting serious.
He took his headphones off.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah. Okay, we're down 2. We had 5 and we're down 2. Holy
the Four Loco is killing them off quick.
Yeah. Oh, well, we regained 1. What?
Oh, I never left. I was listening the whole time.
Oh, okay. That's right. He's got the Bluetooth because he's not only, the brewmaster of the Triple B. Are you drinking water?
No, this is the Blue Dolphin.
I'm so disappointed in you. He's got a Triple B glass. It's been a week glass, and he's drinking damn water out of it.
Yeah, he's drinking a Blue Dolphin, all right.
but it's mint and city water, Kidder. So,
well, my second round is what Big D was drinking earlier on. It's the Bullet Rye. This is very delicious whiskey if you have not had it. It is the Bullet Bourbon and the rye variant, which is in the green label. Frontier whiskey, as you can see there. 95% rye mash for superior American rye whiskey experience. 45% alcohol by volume. It is 90 proof. Very tasty, in fact, and there's a little angel's cut in the bottom here that I need to add to my glass. Don't you guys just love that sound? The cork coming out of a nice glass bottle.
So you said that's 90 proof, correct?
Yeah.
So it's 10 proof less than these Four Locos.
I know. And so I'm going to reduce my buzz by drinking the Bullet Rye. That's a sad state of society.
Those Bullet Ryes make a mean old-fashioned.
You're damn right, JS.
But only if you had a cherry.
No. I have an empty bottle. I'm going to throw it at you. I'm going to throw it. Just
let's do this.
A nice handle. So, for local geeks purposes, this is distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and bottled by the Bullet Distilling Company in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky. That's if you're from the Louisville area, that's a
so Howard's going to have Howard's ref's going to have to rule on that. Is it Kentucky or Indiana for the home base for that one?
Right, because it's distilled and bottled in 2 different areas and states.
What was that city in Indiana? I'm actually asking.
Lawrenceburg.
He's got to take a second to pronounce the L.
Well, I had to
at the
look at it
beginning.
on the label. I'm like, where the crap is it on the label? Here you go. There you go. You can
It's
look at it yourself.
Lawrenceburg.
Indiana. Let me turn it because the label is crooked on the glass bottle.
I had to look it up, and it sounded familiar. It's on the Indiana side of the border, near the triple point with Ohio and Kentucky, but not really close to Louisville. So
the triple point, unrelated to the triple B.
And Kidder, future local geeks going to want a rating on that too.
Oh, you want a rating on?
Still got some Four Loko in there.
Yes, it's killing me from the grave. I will give the Bullet Rye a solid 4.9 out of 5.
Ooh, that might be the highest rating we've seen so far.
4.9 for that, or that low, huh?
There's that low. Well, here's the thing, because I have some delicious whiskey from both Bareface and Glendalough, and these, let me turn it the right way here. These are both very delicious, very, very delicious whiskeys. JS has been able to taste a little bit of them, and Ruboy and Nico have tasted them. At least the Glendalough variant, and they like them. What? He's giving the thumbs up. He hasn't tasted them. No, you did taste a little bit.
I had the Bareface. The Bareface was really good.
And now you tasted it straight, but
Yes.
imagine it in an old fashioned with no cherry, because a cherry does not belong in a true old fashioned.
True. I think it'd be damn good.
The recipe's right here, by the way, at beerbluesbs.com.
And it would be even better if our favorite bartender were to make it for us with Bareface. You know what? The next time we go to that bar,
Thomas and Moriarty's.
Okay, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her if she will make us a Bareface old fashioned.
They do carry the Bareface whiskey.
Ooh.
That's how I learned about Bareface.
Ooh. All right, game plan.
Oh man, that Bullet Rye tastes so good.
You guys got to hit me up when you come over this way.
Well, Wednesday, what are you doing?
Probably nothing.
Okay, put it on the calendar. It's now on the calendar that Whiskey Wednesday is on. I'd ask Howard, but he's painting and huffing fumes in his basement. So I don't know if he's available.
Hey, I took care of a child in distress for a second there, okay? I went and was a dad, and yes.
Okay, I clearly did not hear any gunshots, so there is still a monster in that closet.
Yeah.
JS, I am a podcast professional, and I hit the mute button on my mic before I went up because evidence. There's.
Oh, I was wondering if you just sipped a little whiskey over to your children, get them prepared for when they're our age.
JS, related to your comment just now about the monster, I don't know if you subscribe or not, but we subscribe to the Imagination Library, and they send you a free book every month for kids. And this month's book that we received was There's a Monster in This Book.
Interesting.
Did you open it and there was a monster?
Yeah, the whole premise of the book is there's a monster living in the book, and you need to try to blow it out or shake it out or scare it out by screaming at it, and which works, screaming at it, and then it goes into your room. So now you want to call the monster back because you don't want the monster in your room, so you want to get the monster back in the book where you can safely know where it's at and not worry about it being in your room.
It sounds like two things. The first two things that come to mind. Number one, diarrhea. Number two, because you blow it out. What? Okay. Number two, Doctor Who, because of course the library episode where people are getting, destroyed essentially by Howard. Is it the Vosh and the shot, something like that?
You have too much faith in drunk Howard.
Howard, you're supposed to help me in the damn Doctor Who area. Okay,
listen,
Big D, you haven't drank nearly as much as we have. Who is it? It's like the Vatnayash or something like that.
I can think of the episode. I couldn't tell you the characters you're referencing.
It's the library.
It was the, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the first appearance of
River Song.
Yes, River Song.
Yes.
Alex
Kingston.
Kingston, thank you.
Spoilers.
Alex Kingston's first appearance as River Song. Yeah. So we're thinking of the same episode. I just couldn't tell you the characters. But
future, I'm gonna save you, Howard. So future Howard's got the name up already of the episode of Doctor Who in the series, because in Great Britain they don't call them seasons, they call them series.
It's the Silent Library.
Right.
Written by Stephen Moffat.
I have words for Moffat.
I can tell you both of those things. I can even tell you that was the first episode of River Song. I just can't tell you the name of the villain.
Now, Howard, I just need to make sure that you can tell us what our names are. I mean, you've had that for Loco. You got the Fumes. That's why I'm wearing this, so you don't forget who I am.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out here as somebody who does a lot of painting. The paint fumes from acrylic paint are not that strong and are not affecting me.
he just said a naughty. Look at him. He said a naughty.
He can throw $1 in the swear jar.
Okay, I got it. So the episode is called The Silence in the Library. Donna Noble and the Doctor are brought in the 8th episode of the 4th series of Doctor Who, which aired May 31st, 2008. It is the second part, Forest of the Dead, which aired then June 7th, 2008, because it's a two-parter written by that SOB Stephen Moffat.
What is
anyway, they're called Vashta Narada. They strip the flesh clean of the bone instantly. The Doctor and Donna learn that the team are wearing communication devices which store their thought patterns even after death, and are disturbed to hear Miss Evangelina still talking but acting confused until her pattern degrades. The Doctor explains that the Vashta Narada are creatures that appear as shadows to hunt but are usually not as aggressive. After noticing the pilot, Proper Dave has 2 shadows. The Doctor and River seal him in his spacesuit, with the Doctor discovering River has a sonic screwdriver. Why does she have a sonic screwdriver? That is her spoilers. It's to be on what is simply grapefruit. The Vashta Narada still get in, stripping Dave to his bare skeleton. The creatures animate Dave's suit and chase the others. The Doctors attempt to teleport Donna back to the TARDIS to her safety, but Donna fails to materialize properly. The Doctor finds an informative node in Donna's face, in which it tells him that Donna has left the library and has been saved. He's drinking straight grapefruit juice now, folks.
Oh no, there's beer in this.
Oh,
this is a grapefruit shandy.
You lucky bastard. Although I am drinking Bullet now, not.
Hey, you had one of these earlier.
I know. One wasn't enough for what I had tonight.
I can't believe you guys are drinking more. I
need to. I need to get rid of it.
Round 2. Good beer. Shiner.
Easy.
I'm pretty sure that one's been had before on the show.
I don't care. It's better than Four Loko.
And it's a White Snake spinoff. Because it's very slow and easy.
Unfiltered and full flavored, but only 95 calories and doesn't taste like donkey piss.
I don't think that's actually on the can.
It is.
You lying son of a bitch, because I gave that to you.
White and Easy Raspberry was on episode 74, and regular White and Easy was on 102.
I added it. Doesn't taste like donkey piss. See, it's right there.
Got some Sharpie.
I will say this one's like 3/4 grape juice and 1/4 beer because I wanted to finish that bottle off.
Dude.
Wow, this is way better than that stuff that I got us.
You're welcome. Because remember, I have your back at all times, including giving you tasty beverages. That's number one. I gave you that beverage. And number two, introducing you to places that can actually make a craft cocktail and make you want a craft cocktail, like an old fashioned with no cherry, because a cherry doesn't belong in old fashioned.
Yeah, I will give you.
He's got heavy breathing right now. I saw the camera go to him. He's like, oh yeah, no cherry. What?
I'll give you the kudos on the Thomason Moriarty's. That is one of the best drink places I have been to in a long time.
I have not had a drink I didn't like there. Even their mocktails I've had. Amazing.
I had I don't know what it was, but it was even more alcoholic chocolate milk than the alcoholic chocolate milk I had on the show. That was amazing.
I think I know which drink you're talking about. I haven't had it, but it was on their winter menu.
Yes, they even call it an alcoholic chocolate milk in the menu. But it's got to be made by Rachel, because if it's not made by her, it's not right. How about that run sheet, Howie?
I mean, I was just about to get us back on the run sheet.
How are we doing on that?
Where the hell are we? What's happening?
We're about as far through the run sheet as I am through this.
Now Big D's scrolling through things. There's a race to type something into the next topic.
Oh,
you can't even spell breathalyzer. Come on, dude. You're like employed by the United States of America. You can spell breathalyzer.
I don't think I can spell America right now.
That one's easy.
Hashtag.
Just USA.
America. Yeah, America. Got my U.S. flag hanging right over there in this room anyway. Howie Blues, in fact, knows where that flag came from.
Come on.
Howie Blues also knows how to make a joke that gets stomped on and nobody will probably have heard. Anyway.
The tip's right here, Howard.
I listen, if you think that I can make out any sense of what you're actually pointing at, you think I'm far sober than I really am.
I'm seeing a bunch of stuff get just thrown into the rundown right now, and I'm wondering what just everybody's going nuts. So yeah, let's do that. Everybody fails. Don't drive. Okay, so Howard, the flag that's hanging right over there, as you may or may not remember, you and I were driving up State Street the last time they were doing construction, which was like 20 years ago.
Currently,
isn't that? Well, I know they're doing it now, but Howard goes nuts. Okay. Howard's doing what with nuts? Okay. I read that wrong. We happen to be driving through the what? A new job as spokesman for Rogaine. You're wrong. You're about 10 years late on that one. We happened to try it, but obviously the results didn't appear as what they should be.
So 15 minutes left.
Howard and I are driving north on State Street in Bismarck. We see out of our beady little eyes that there is a window flag for a car, a U.S. flag, laying on the ground. We need to save it. Well, we pull off into the Hardee's lot, run over into the middle of the street, dodge the cars like Pac-Man or Frogger, and we save the flag. It is now proudly displayed day and night, properly lit, right here in the basement of.
I actually used to drive around during high school with that on my actual car.
It's true.
And then when we went to college, I attached it to our loft. Kidder and I were roommates, and then Kidder claimed it and absconded with the flag.
You can have it back. We could put it on your roof.
You could fly it above the P-Rock.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to trespass to do that, so I can't.
Clearly you can, as long as you're on a street line mission, and they're not a Welsh farmer.
Yeah, apparently. So I don't know why we are sharing the Ronco hair solution image in the rundown, but
because it builds on itself, Kidder.
It doesn't even look like my hair. This looks like Howard's hair.
You know, can we stop referencing the rundown? Nobody else can see it but us. So I'm going to try to put this train back on the rails and actually get to a topic that's on there that's not
good effing
trolling.
luck. I want
know.
to close it, but I also want to see what those idiots are going to do to it.
So I have to share this story this week because my wife was involved in what is called a brushing scam. And if you haven't heard what one of these is, let me break it down for you. So my wife got a package in the mail that contained this. This is what is described as a ratchet screwdriver.
Totally ratchet.
But this showed up in the mail addressed to her. You'll note there's not a company like logo on this. There's no branding. It is just ratchet screwdriver, and then over here it says professional tools. And
like us.
Speak for yourself, Big D.
And then a just kind of a diagram on the back that kind of lists off the features. So here's what a brushing scam is. If you ever get this, if somebody mails you something and it's not something you ordered, a couple of things. One, you are allowed to legally keep this. So, hey, I have a ratchet screwdriver. But what they are doing and what it means is that somebody has hacked or gotten your information and they have now sent you this so that they can post it as a verified purchase on a site, say like, a beloved rainforest in a South American country.
Oh, an Amazonian nation.
and give themselves a 5-star review to say that this is a terrific product. And so that's what it is. It means that they have your information enough that they can lie about that this is a verified purchase. So on the bright side, I got a free ratchet screwdriver. On the bad side,
it works.
My wife has to change a bunch of stuff because she's clearly been hacked.
Clearly, someone did not have LifeLock and has not been using a VPN.
Yeah,
because we are neither sponsored by LifeLock or a VPN, and the fact that I'm even saying that makes me sound like Kidder.
But therein lies the question, and I'm
bro,
and I'm asking.
I see Local Geek and he's in the rundown, and he was scrolling through stuff like he was going to change stuff as you were talking about that, but I didn't see anything change, and so he's got something else lined up. So probably.
Well, if you didn't see it change, you weren't looking in the right spot.
What the hell is that?
I will say I'm going to agree with Topic 8.
He's got a damn locomotive because we're off the rails.
Yes, and with that, hey, Kidder, it's probably a good thing that I'm drinking juice because you know what I want to talk about next?
Going to hell?
No, the NBA, which actually I guess that means
what is wrong with you? No, we can't talk about that garbage on this show. No, nobody cares about LeBron.
I'm not talking LeBron.
Nobody cares.
Kidder,
why?
This is an example of why basketball is stupid. You'll agree with this. You'll agree that this makes it seem that basketball is stupid. He's too busy trying to do his joke that he won't listen.
It was like a joke for 10 years, okay? And we'll just underlay it into what you're saying as you're trying to finish your... What?
Just stare at this so Howard can talk.
All right.
What's wrong with you? It's sparkling.
So the NBA playoffs are going on right now, and since our Colorado Avalanche have been eliminated from the NHL playoffs, we might as well jump to a different sport. But I only bring this up because it's a great illustration of the stupidity that sometimes happens in professional sports.
Basketball?
Yes. So in this case, right now you have the Denver Nuggets playing the Phoenix Suns. And I don't follow basketball. It's a best of, I think, 7, and I can't tell you anymore. And it's probably over by the time. But anyway, in one of the games, and Howard is too drunk to tell you exactly which one. Future Howard might do it.
Game 4.
But a
player, man, you know basketball?
I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about right now. So.
You're throwing it out there.
Hope Howard, you were saying.
One of the Denver Nuggets players, Jovic, or as he is nicknamed in the league, the Joker, has a situation where the ball goes out of bounds, and a Phoenix Suns player tries to kind of dive for it, ends up in the audience. The Denver Nuggets player realizes that if he gets the ball, he can pass it to a teammate inbounding it and basically have a breakaway and quickly score, because that's in the rules. However, when he goes to get the ball, there's a fan in the audience who holds on to the ball and won't give it to him as he tries to rip it at. The fan eventually throws it to another fan deeper in the audience and also lays hands on Jovic. And Jovic gives him a slight elbow, and the guy goes, "Whoa!" in one of the best dives that has ever happened. Turns out that this fan is none other than the brand new owner of the Phoenix Suns. So it's the owner of the opposition team who's got the ball, who doesn't give it over because he doesn't want his team to suffer a breakaway, and takes a dive. Jovic gets a technical, which I don't know what that means because I don't follow basketball. Basically, the Suns get a free throw because of this whole incident. And here's the better part. It goes before the league. And the league will actually fine the Joker $25,000 for laying hands on a fan or somebody in the audience, in this case, the owner of the Suns, who is cheating to help his team.
It sounds to me like they're trying to keep Denver sports down, and they need to be fined. They need to be arrested. They need to be expelled. They're out of here!
Yeah. I don't know, because what if Johnny would have just been any other fan and just being a dick and hold on to the ball, and Jovic putting his hands on him? I'll actually go on the side of the NBA on this one, mostly just to piss Kidder off. But
here's the thing, Big D. Ishby, who is the owner of the Suns, actually lays hands on Jovic first. So Jovic goes for the ball, and Ishby, you can actually see on one of the videos, actually brings his hand and actually touches the NBA player first. So
I caught that, but at the same time, the NBA are probably going to hold the player to the higher standard than Johnny the fan. It's just me playing devil's advocate here.
Truthfully, it's because, and this is my take on it, it's because he's the owner of the team. He has only owned the team, I think, for like 6 weeks. Like, it's not that long. And I think, they don't want to upset the guy who just paid millions of dollars for this team by penalizing him for this.
Screw those guys. You know what? If you want to be involved, you want to do something stupid like that, you need to pay the price. So screw off. You pay millions of dollars in fines. Done deal. There it is. Or go to jail. You don't collect $500.
Yeah. I will say I did watch some of the coverage on this, and both Jovic and the coach of the Denver Nuggets, when they were interviewed, somebody asked about, they both got asked, "Hey, do you know who that fan was?" And both of them were like, "No, it was just a fan." And they're like, "No, that's the new owner of the Suns." And they're like, we don't care.
I don't know who that is.
So
we're the NBA. We might.
They knew exactly who it was.
As the NFL.
More than likely, Big D. They did know who it was. But needless to say, that's the closest we get to like relevant basketball news, and it's really only because it's a very stupid situation, and that's the only reason I bring it up. How are we doing?
So, as a former basketball ref, and yes, I actually was a basketball ref. I even took the freaking classes. The ball was considered. The ball was considered out of bounds the second it touched a fan. The second it made contact with anything other than the air, it's out of bounds.
Now, so the NFL rules or the non
North Dakota High School Basketball Association rules.
NDHHSA rules.
Yeah, that. The second it touches anything outside of the line, it is considered out of bounds, and it is a call on whichever team touched it last. So in this debacle, it would have been the Suns. So it would have been out of bounds on the Suns, and it would have been, or whoever, the opposite team that Jovic was playing for. I guess I'm not sure, but Jovic plays for which team again?
Denver Nuggets.
Okay, so it would have been
Colorado.
It would have been the Nuggets ball regardless, because the Suns were literally in the stands holding the ball. It would have been the Nuggets ball anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So him ripping the ball out of the fans' hands is not going to get him anything. So I honestly agree with the technical. Granted, the flop was absolutely ridiculous. Like he made like the elbow motion and the owner fell over. But still, it would have been the Nuggets ball, wouldn't have been a technical, and they would have been in a good position had he not done his theatrics. And yeah.
But as a former basketball player, let me just say, I'm just
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's playing the balls again. Hold on. He's playing the balls again.
No, the punchline is, are you kidding? Have you seen me play basketball? No. I got nothing.
I've never seen you play with balls, but I don't know what you do in your own time.
And on this controversial topic, in which one host managed to
like that,
yes, in which one host managed to describe this while being highly intoxicated and barely gripping to reality, Kidder. We've been talking for quite a while. It's time to wrap this up with some cheap plugs so that I can sober up. We need to end this show. We're at the 2-hour mark. If it goes any longer, I'm going to have to start cutting stuff, and this is all gold. Okay. So, Kidder, give us those cheap plugs.
No,
he's get out of here.
JS has the gold. I have the sour apple. This is BS.
I'm almost done with this, so this show is going
right.
You realize you just woke up Junior and Little Miss with that first Kidder.
Probably. And I'm probably going to pay for this later tomorrow when I'm trying to watch the kids.
You got to pay for it when you have the hangover from the stupid Four Loko. No, wait, sorry. You had the juice.
I have the juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
anyway, Kidder, do you think?
Before we wrap,
you got something to say? You got something to say, huh?
What you got?
Before we wrap this up, I'll put it out there for the audience members, for the 4 of us, 5 of us, however many numbers there are. The next beer I disperse, do you want it to be a actual good beer, or do you want it to be another adventure as the sort like we had tonight?
Local Geek, I know you're the only one who comments, so please make your comment appropriate.
Why not
to
both?
The question.
You want another can of paint thinner and disappointment? Okay.
I would like an adventurous good beer.
Ooh.
And on that hope and a prayer, I'm going to try this again.
We are not Bon Jovi. No, not Bon Jovi. No. I'm calling this. I want to share before we actually leave for the evening, for the day, whenever and wherever you're watching. Howard is dead, so I'm sorry. But,
he fell out of his chair.
he might be laying on the ground.
Okay.
I saw his hand.
Have a song that covers this?
Not without copyright availability. So, I want to mention I'm a huge proponent. What, Howard? Howard, what's wrong with you? I see your hair. What is wrong with you? Are you okay?
I just needed
Oh, now Local Geek looks like he's gonna throw up. JS, you're coughing. Are you okay?
I win for the best episode ever.
Oh man! Oh, and Howard took off his glasses. He's like done.
Let's up some future. Doesn't have to cut this out.
Yeah, 2 hours my ass. This is going in there.
By the way,
All right.
0.1 out of 5 for the Four Loco.
Oh, yeah, I'm right about the same. Yep, like -5. That is the worst donkey piss I have ever drank.
I'm already hungover for tomorrow, and that's absolutely not good because obviously I have to drive 2 hours tomorrow. So I want to mention before I go and before we go to this evening, I'm part of the Google reviews community, so I add photos and reviews and that sort of thing. I'm like a Yelper, don't you know? That's a South Park episode, so if you haven't seen that one, watch that episode.
Is that what Freya's helping you with?
No, Orion's been down here looking for this toy because
is that Orion? I thought it was Freya.
Yeah, no, Freya's the fuzzy one. All right, so I have been a local guide member. I'm on like level 8 of 10. Anyway, they sent me this nice little thank you for sharing and inspiring. Look at that. Look at that nice little card. And they gave me a nice Google Maps pin. Wow.
You're on your way to getting your platinum YouTube medallion.
Not on this channel. Maybe on my own channel, but not on this channel. But clearly we can't make it past 100. Howard, how many do we have right now?
124.
124. Okay.
Oh.
So JS, clearly the person who was selling you this was not into what you had going on. So you need to go back. You need to sell them on being part of this show, because obviously selling you this garbage, they were now part of the show. So they need to subscribe. It's not just a favor, it's a requirement of the law, because they've sold us something they can't deliver on. And you know what that means.
If you print me off flyers, I will post them all over town.
Howard, make us a flyer.
And on that unreasonable request, damn it, Kidder, just
I'm sorry, I can't do it because I have different headphones. My real headphones are going to terrestrial radio. And that's why this sucks. Oh, man, I hope he keeps the multi-view for this because everybody's dead. Local Geek's like, can I go to bed now? Because this is BS. You're right. This is BS. It's beer, blues, and BS. We've had some what could be considered beer. We've had a lot of blues. because Howard's background is blue, and we've had quite a bit of BS the entire episode, in fact.
Including the
Beer
drinks.
Blues, yes. What? Oh, he changed his background. Look at him. He's going red. He's gone plaid.
It needs to be purple.
Ludicrous speed. No.
You lying sack of BS.
No, I thought we were all going to go red here.
Oh, hold on. I have the remote. There it is.
I'm
red.
sure I'll bind it to go red.
There you go. Turn it red. JS, you need to start bleeding.
Oh shit! You can't tell what color that is. That's red. How's
The
that?
Art of War. By who?
Sun Tzu.
Oh, yes. Oh, Howard was going to say, but he's too drunk to remember.
Howard is too drunk to sit up straight in his chair. Please end this.
He's sitting over there like, Sun Tzu.
Please,
Oh,
mercy.
Sioux. Howard, we're not at UND anymore. We graduated. We can be above what we graduated from.
I'm still not even done with this damn thing. Please end it.
What? How are you not done? Oh, I know, because you're the slowest drinker in the West. I gotcha. Wait, somebody's changing the guests of Big D, and
What?
there's like a pregnant pause of somebody's trying to think of something funny to type in.
Dear God, I have open, like, wet paint in front of me, and I'm afraid of putting my face in it just to end the damn show. Where's the cheap plugs?
For the audio listeners, we're all dead right now, falling out of our chairs, laughing our butts off.
I can't even breathe anymore because the poor logo took the vapors. I've got the vapors. The vapors are getting to me. Okay. Beerbluesbs.com. Beerbluesbs.com. That's our website. We are on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, Howard Podcast because he can't breathe. We're also on pretty much any audio platform out there, including Podbean. So please search Beer Blues and BS if you're out there, and subscribe to us, like us, share us. Big D, that's a slight at you because you don't share any of our episodes on your personal Facebook page. I know because I look every damn day.
And we have Big D shower curtains.
You're right, JS. Thank you for that. Big D has his own line of merchandise on the store. BeerBluesBS.com. Click on merch. You can get a beard. Big D, Beer Blues BS, Big D shower curtain, perhaps a t-shirt. He's eating one of them there delicious Oreo sandwiches. It's Big D on your shower curtain, Big D on your t-shirt, Big D on your sweatshirt, Big D on your apron in case you like to grill, Big D on your floor mat in case you like to stomp your damn feet into his face because he hasn't purchased any of our freaking merchandise. BeerBluesBS.com. It's all available for you. Just click on the merch button. Or we also have a secondary merch store online right now, streamlabs.com. Howard, future Howard, I'm sorry, because Howard himself is like, so future Howard, I'm really sorry. But again, streamlabs.com/BeerBluesBS. Donate to us. Or go to our website and buy us a beer because clearly who's laughing? Whoever's laughing needs to supply us a 24-pack of beer.
I think I already have.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Thank you for that. JS is laughing. You need to supply us a 24-pack of beer.
You saw what happened tonight.
I will gladly supply you with a 24-pack of Four Locos. Coming right up, you.
Right to Howard. Howard gets all 24. He needs to drink all of those every episode for the next
I will
at
get
least
Howard
24
a
episodes.
different color for every day of the week.
Every week it's a different color. Right here on Beer Blues and BS. Howard is practically dead now, so we'll happen to see what's next week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive this week. That thing's coming back. It's a Revenge of the Four Loco. Oh, no. Big D, you put your headset back on. Please say something.
I had to sneeze.
Well, Gesundheit. It might have been the Four Loco you're thinking about. The Revenge of the Four Loco, F4 Loco.
That's a good title.
Kidder and that other guy. Okay, so like us on all of the pages, follow us on all of the pages. Please subscribe. Buy our merch because everybody needs a Big D shower curtain in their curtain showers. Big D, Local Geek, JS Gunslinger, Kidders, cherries. I'm gonna give you a couple cherries right here, and they're gonna be too big for your face. Just gonna say. And
I think that's a pretty good title.
And Howard's looking and he's got a side finger.
He's saying,
What?
Finish. Say the three things you say at the end of every episode.
Oh, I thought I said to have beerbluesbs.com, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Buy us a beer, support us, buy us, send us money. We need money. There's free beer tomorrow. Probably one of these stupid things. I don't know where I am. I'm gonna swear pretty soon. We'll get you down the Four Loco effed up highway. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode of Beer Blues. Yeah, I want to cry because this is terrible. Yay! Yay!
good night.
Thank you, Bullet, for saving me.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
For what its problem is, but it's supposed to work, and it's just not.
So, do we have any speculation as to what this is?
Something that should have been in the bargain bin.
In case you're wondering, I'm not. I know I'm coming off very critical tonight. Not that I'm trying to criticize JS, but he got tape over the lip where I'm going to be doing all my drinking. So, what was that?
That was my on-call phone.
Oh.
That was perfect timing.
It kind of sounded like JS. I kind of wondered if he wasn't like listening in from somewhere and we weren't getting like him going, what? Anyway, so I'm just cutting a little piece of tape off so that I don't have to be gumming tape this whole time.
There. It magically works. I know y'all can't even see it, so don't worry about it. It's like it's not even there.
I worry about it.
It's not even happening.
Yeah, you say that, but then future Howard's got to edit with it.
No, it's basically not even there.
So, where's JS?
The last check-in with him was after 8:30, and he mentioned he'll be fashionably late.
He's afraid to show his face after bringing us this.
Oh, local geek! If you thought I was hot when I first got on this call, I got some feelings about this mystery beer. And tonight, Hitter already kind of knows. I would normally say, let's just get this thing started, but
oh, but you want to wait for him, huh?
Well, I mean, listen. The longer that he takes, the longer we have to wait for what's on tap.
You don't have that much to talk about until we get there, do you?
I mean, we can start. I got stuff. We can talk. You know what? Actually, in my rush, Kidder, I need a prop for topic 5, so I'm going to run up and grab that.
Aha! So, see, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, it's again the stress of trying to get down here. So I'm going to run grab that. When I come back, we'll start the show because it's already like 9:41, and I hear someone running around up there. I'll be back. All right.
All right. Let's move on.
Well, I mean, it's 9:47, and a couple of us, have to get up in the morning. And yeah. So let's
Hey, Jamie's in the run sheet.
Oh, fine. I'll wait like 2 minutes.
I like how he was gonna go. He's like, "Yeah, ready," and then
hey, let's get this show on the road.
Oh God, I figured you guys started a while ago. I'm sorry.
No, but we're gonna do it now.
Yeah, I don't blame you guys. I apologize if you guys had to wait for me. I just had too much shit going on.
It's okay because I was literally about to start it, and then we saw you were in the run sheet. So,
gotcha. Yeah, dude, I have not stopped since Monday morning. Yeah.
The only reason I haven't cut you off and started is because I wanted to see how long I could get Kidder to sit there and do that.
I'll drive this right off the bridge. I'll drive. We're jumping. I'll drive right off the bridge.
Barry, and that is it. Out of this.
Howard just left. He's like, I don't even want to hear what the rest of JS has to say. I'm effing out. So Howard just sent me a text. I know, right? He left 2 minutes ago and he sent me a text. Managed to record an intro and make it halfway upstairs. Dear God, I hate you all.